We begin tonight with the issue of women on the front lines, a new policy outlined by the Pentagon today.
Allowing women in combat opens up hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under the plan, a woman who's interested in training for elite special forces will be able to sign if she passes the strength and stamina standards.
In a moment, we get your reaction, but first, here's ABC's Tamon Bradley.
Women soon could be training for elite combat roles on the front lines. The Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines are exploring the best way to integrate women into jobs that have historically been off limits.
Right now we're collecting data, and we're using this very deliberate methodology to ensure we do this right. Right means we maintain combat effective units across the total force, and we don't set our female Marines up for failure.
The services are developing new job-specific standards for men and women serving in combat, opening the doors for women to train as Army Rangers and Navy SEALs. The elite Special Operation Forces will retain the current physical and psychological standards for both men and women.
We have the standards whether you're a male or female. We know if we put you in that occupation, you can do the task.
But it's not women's physical performance that worries some commanders.
Frankly, I was encouraged by just the physical performance of some of the young girls.
They're concerned about the social and cultural aspects of putting women into combat, so the services plan to continue measuring the impact of opening the front lines to women.
Our plan continues and accelerates the steady march to equal professional opportunity.
Women have already lost their lives in combat support roles. More than 150 women have died in the line of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now frontline positions might soon open up. If any of these commanders decides there are roles that should remain closed to women, the Secretary of Defense must sign off. Tamon Bradley, ABC News, Washington.
So how do you feel about women fighting along the front lines in combat? We went downtown to get your opinion.
I think it's about time they let them in. Because, I mean, if they're going to let them do the other things, then why not let them prove themselves that they can do just as much as the guys can?
Because they're not built like men, they don't think like men, and I do a man's job myself, so don't get me wrong. But I do not think they should have the opportunity to be in combat roles.
Being an ROTC, I would want to be, if I went into the military, I would want to be held to the same standard as a male. I want to show that I can do the exact same thing.
I think they deserve every chance, especially if they're career women, to make rank by serving in combat situations. I see it as a fair thing. As long as they can do the job that the men do, I have no problem with it at all.
There are certain situations I would not want to see my sister or my mother in just because I love them. But as far as independence and equality, they can do it.
And a lot of you weighed in on this issue on our Facebook page, too. Sandra Snyder writes, if they can take it, let them do it. But they must meet all the demands as any other soldier. But Marie Tuggy writes, talk to me when the standards are equal across the board. Until the women are held to the same physical and mental qualifications, then they have no place there. Want to weigh in? Just log on to News Channel 9's Facebook page. All viewpoints are welcome.